Before anyone asks, no, I didn't quit Honkai Star Rail. I quit making guides for Honkai Star Rail and I wanted to spend some time playing other games. But I'm still interested in what's happening with the game because I still play it. Now, something you might be interested to find out is that they did another developer radio talking about the version 3.5 and 3.6 updates that are going to be coming along pretty soon. And in it, they actually just announced a brand new endgame content. But I do have quite a few issues with this, and I feel the need to go over it with you guys. So let me tell you about this new mode. It's meant to be a permanent high difficulty mode. It's going to go live in version 3.6, so not even next version, but the version after it. And it's said to get regular updates over time. It's meant to be a limit tester. This means it's likely going to be harder than any other endgame we've had before, which is great. However, a big problem with HSR's endgame that I had was not that it was too hard, but it was that it wasn't satisfying or gratifying to beat it. It kind of felt like, oh, pull the new character and you win. Don't pull the new character and you have to try really hard and you might win or you might not, depending on how much investment you have. But then backing up the idea that it's going to be tougher than all the other endgame, you must get full stars on stage 12 of Memory of Chaos, stage 4 of Pure Fiction, and Apocalyptic Shadow at difficulty 4. The new challenge mode gets unlocked after that. Anomaly Arbitration consists of 3 trial stages and 1 final stage. Trailblazers must form 3 separate teams to take on the trial stages. After completing them, Trailblazers will be able to assemble any character into a team to challenge the even more challenging final stage. In this gameplay, Trailblazers will have a chance to obtain special leveling items, limited time avatar frames, redeemable outfits, and more as rewards. So, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. This seems really good on paper, but let me tell you about the issues that it has before we get too excited and get our hopes up. As always, I'm very excited to get new content that seems like it's going to be replayable to some degree, and it's going to be challenging. As someone that hasn't felt really challenged in HSR in a really long time, it's great that now there finally is going to be something that's even more difficult. But what gets me is that it says Trailblazers must form 3 separate teams. This basically means it's a horizontal investment mode where it's going to see how many characters do you have invested in and are they all going to be strong enough to be able to beat this endgame content. If they made this harder than MOC 12, getting 3 separate teams, especially as a free-to-play player, may be very difficult to be able to beat this. But depending on how long you've been playing or if you spent that could be a non-issue, or maybe the difficulty itself is that you have to have 3 teams, but I'm gonna guess not. My concern with there being 3 teams for this, though, is mostly because I think free-to-play players get absolutely shafted by this when you consider the fact that 1, the endgame is going to be changing and getting updated, which likely means it's going to try and shill for the newest unit, and 2, there's like no more 4 stars in this game. I don't know why they stopped making 4-star characters, but the last 4-star we had was Motza. And it kind of feels like before that who's before that? Was it Gallagher? There might have been another one in between, maybe Misha. I think it was Misha. Either way, there just haven't been a lot of 4-star characters at all. And this is a big problem because when you look at players that haven't spent a ton on this game, or if they haven't spent at all, they're not going to be able to get the units that they need to clear this unless they started in 3.0 and only pulled for the strongest characters. And even then, if they make it a shill game mode where you have to pull a new character to have an easy time with it, and otherwise, good luck. I hope you invested in everything. Dude, this is gonna be tough. And I'm glad that it's challenging. I think that is a good thing. But I do think that their design philosophy for the game has actually greatly hindered people's abilities to beat this game mode. Because even if they said, okay, we're going to make it so the shill character is useful in this game mode, let's pretend High Sealance is coming out in 3.6 and then she was the shill character and it was super easy if you had her. What it does is it incentivizes free-to-play players to pull for every new unit even more if they want to beat the end game content. That's already a thing that puts a lot of pressure on a lot of free-to-play players. Now, some are stronger than others and able to resist that sort of temptation when they see how strong the newest character is and it's always stronger than the previous one, but not everyone can do that. And what goes hand in hand with this is the fact that we don't have a lot of 4-star characters that are new coming out and that can actually support a lot of these newer characters. There are some free-to-play friendly teams that are available for newer units. Like, for example, I feel like Castris actually has a pretty free-to-play accessible team option, and even Archer can zero cycle with Tingyun and Hanya and Bronya. So it's not like terrible as of late, but we really should be getting more 4-stars that can fill in for more niche 5-stars as their supports, because people can only have one Sunday. And then you have a Bronya, which is great, but Sunday makes it significantly better. It's like a huge team damage increase, right? And then not everyone pulled for Sparkle, not everyone pulled for Robin. So maybe a 4-star that did some kind of action forward speed tuning thing and gave a little bit of energy, but then gave like worse buffs. Maybe like a worse version of Sunday, but a functional version that can be useful with specific characters, but not every single character. Things like that would be so useful. And I think that having to create 3 separate teams is really going to exacerbate that problem. We really need more 4-stars. But anyways, carrying on, after completing them, Trailblazers will be able to assemble any characters into a team to challenge the even more challenging final stage. And in this gameplay, Trailblazers will have a chance to obtain special leveling items, limited time avatar frames, redeemable outfits, and more as rewards. So I'll tell you what, guys, free-to-play players that are not able to clear this because maybe they don't have the horizontal investment are going to be very upset that they can't grab this if there's limited time stuff. But I do think this is a step in the right direction for creating some amazing rewards, because I won't lie, guys, I don't think APOC Shadow and MOC rewards and things like that are super worth it at the moment. Unless you've never spent on this game and you're really pinching Stellar Jades to get every new character that seems interesting to you, it's not super worth it. I think even for low spenders, it's not even really that worth it. The rewards are kind of minimal, but maybe worth it isn't the right word, but it's not necessary. Like, it's not going to be the game changer for your account, right? I don't know, maybe that's just whale privilege. I think this is better to me. I would rather have outfits that you can get. I would rather have avatar frames and more like cosmetic things. I think that's a little more fun, and it gives you more of an incentive to like, oh, I want to go unlock this thing, so I'm going to try my hardest for it, rather than like, oh, well, if I don't clear this in time, I miss out on a couple pulls. So overall, guys, I personally think the addition of another endgame mode is good. I actually do like that a lot, especially because it's going to have some more cosmetic focused things. But I think that this could pose a lot of problems if they don't put some more goddamn 4-stars in the game. They really just need to put more 4-stars in if they want this to be even relatively accessible for most free-to-play players. Obviously, the best of the best free-to-play players are not going to struggle with this, or it's even possible that it's not as difficult as they're making it out to be. But I think if they're really going to make this harder than MOC 12, harder than Stage 4 Pure Fiction, harder than APOC Shadow Difficulty 4, and you're going to need to make 3 separate teams for it, well, it's going to be an interesting ride, guys. So I just tweeted about this too, just because I kind of felt like we should talk about it. And people believe that them giving us a free 5-star once every 6 patches or whenever is better than having both a free 5-star and more 4-stars in the game. You know they can do both, right? They make $50 million a month minimum. Just add more 4-stars to the game, and then like just add more 4-star. There's zero reason for them not to have more 4-stars in the game. Yeah, sure, we could take our free 5-stars and be happy with it, but I would still like some more 4-stars to exist, because having more characters and more ways to play the game is much more fun, because the only thing you can do in this game is switch what teammates you have. That's the only thing you control. I just think a multi-billion-dollar company isn't able to make multiple characters per patch and have one of them be a 4-star. You're fucking out of your mind. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Bye.